and welcome to the online learning program's Mini-WoW session this spring 2025. My name is Janae Smith. I am the Director of Online Learning. And during this presentation, we are going to review some highlights that will be coming in our online learning program spring of 2025 and review some important information when it pertains to all things online learning. So today we're going to be reviewing our mission and vision, reviewing our Arctic values, looking at that semester 2 information, and also review some tips and tricks for a successful semester 2. And then I will provide information on our Q&A session for our Mini-WoWs this spring. Our mission at Compass is to inspire and develop innovative, creative, self-directed learners, one scholar at a time. And in our online learning program, we do this through personalized learning, universal design for learning strategies, and our AVID strategies, along with customizing supplemental material to help scholars achieve their goals. And our vision is to create innovative, collaborative learning environments that support the diverse needs of our scholars and their goals, and nurture a love for learning that prepares them for future success beyond their schooling and beyond their time here at Compass. And our Arctic values, Arctic stands for achievement, respect, teamwork, integrity, and communication. And our entire Compass family strives to exemplify these Arctic values in their day-to-day learning and communication and teamwork and collaboration that they are as they are working together in their learning labs, as our staff works together in their meetings, and as all of our educational partners work together to strive to provide the best opportunity and learning experience for our scholars at Compass. So our weeks of welcome, our WOW is a 2-week program that's held at the beginning of the year. In the spring, during our mid-semester break, we have what we call our Mini-WoW, which is a condensed program for semester 2. And we really just focus on highlights and updates. Our entire WOW program information from the start of the school year is available in our WOW 2024 library. Some of the highlights coming this spring semester. One thing that our families will see that is new is that we are going to be sending out those master agreements, the written agreement. California Ed Code says that when you are enrolled in an independent study charter school, especially ours that is non-classroom based, you have to have a written agreement for the school year. And what we're going to do is those scholars who are re-enrolling for the 25-26 school year, they will meet their new supervising teacher if there's a supervising teacher change for that school year. And they will be sending out those master agreements. Along with this is what we call our pre-master agreement training. So scholars and learning coaches can expect to see their pre-master agreement training sent to them in April. And the goal of this is to ensure that we're reviewing the master agreement, that everybody is aligned with what the expectations are, and that the teachers and staff can continue to support your scholars and learning coaches. They'll complete, learning coaches and scholars will complete those trainings. They'll meet with their supervising teachers for their connection meeting in May. And then the supervising teacher will send the master agreement. And our goal is to get those all sent and signed and back by the end of May. The purpose of this is to ensure that the supplemental curriculum and the supplemental supplies that are sent to scholars, that they are delivered right close to the beginning of the school year as possible. Our online learning scholars have their physical supplemental materials. They have their welcome back supply kits that are sent that include all those school supplies needed for scholars to be successful for K through 12. Also, we utilize iExcel for additional skill practice and supplemental curriculum along with Accelerate Ed, and this would help us to be able to um, have scholars log in and utilize that right away. All of the supplies and the materials and all those that are sent have to be sent after we have a signed master agreement. So this would allow us to do that in August prior to the school year starting. And so we can make sure everybody can hit the ground running when school starts in August. This also helps to ease the rollover in our system so we can try to avoid any hiccups, any login issues, and things like that prior to the beginning of the school year. So be on the lookout for either a supervising teacher change, especially for our scholars in our elementary school. They will get a new grade level supervising teacher who is a grade level expert. Our middle school scholars moving from middle school to high school, they will also expect to get a high school supervising teacher and have that high school supervising teacher reach out to them for the 25-26 school year. One of the things, though, that I want to remind everybody, and this is something that we're really focusing on this year, is that assigned work and the pace. So the assigned work is the work that is outlined for that month or that learning period. Scholars can find that in their calendar or their to-do list in the Accelerate Education platform. They can also see that on the Parent Scholar portal in their grade books that has the due date listed for each of the assignments. If scholars are not able to complete all of the assigned work during the learning period, that means that they may not have 90% attendance for the learning period, because what the teachers have to do is they have to determine, is the work that is completed by each individual scholar, is that attendance look equivalent to the scholar spending an average of 4 hours or so a day in school. And there are some situations, for instance, like if a scholar is struggling on an assignment and isn't able to complete all that work, but because it's taking them longer to do it, that also provides some data for the teacher to know, how to come in and support the scholar, but can still give that scholar 100% attendance. However, if the scholar is not engaged in their learning, they're not working daily in Accelerate Education, they may not get that 90% attendance, which is then what California legislation AB 130 says, we then have to flag them for tiered re-engagement. So make sure your scholars stay on pace and complete work. And also make sure if your scholar is struggling to complete assignments and navigate the pacing of their classes, just to reach out to your supervising teacher. And we can always bring the team together to talk about how best to support your scholar. So weekly progress reporting too, for grades 6 through 12, you'll see those weekly progress reports come from me still. And our elementary scholars grades K through 5, your supervising teacher is sending that out. You should be looking for that weekly. And what it does is it tells you where your scholar is supposed to be in their course, where your scholar currently is in their course, and their current total grade in that course. So, at the beginning of the semester, we expect about 5% progress pacing about every week throughout the semester. And then depending on when scholars start, that percentage obviously changes. So we want to make sure that scholars are staying on pace, starting semester 2 strong, and starting on pace. So expect 5% moving along each week so they can get to 100% by June when the semester ends. I mentioned tiered re-engagement before, and there are 2 steps to tiered re-engagement. First off is if there is your scholar has not attended 90% of the learning period, they have been truant. If they didn't complete STAR benchmark assessments, we take those 3 times a year. If they're not attending their synchronous instruction 50% of the time, they're not attending their tutoring if they've been invited to that through their STAR benchmark assessment results, If they're not attending that 50% of the time, they will be flagged for tier one reengagement. This is the first line of communication between the supervising teacher and the learning coach and scholar to resolve maybe some of these barriers, any barriers that are preventing scholars from being from attending, going to learning labs, going to tutoring. It's designed to ensure that scholars are engaged and that all the barriers are reduced, making sure we have the correct contact information, things like that. If those issues are not resolved, then California legislation AB 130 says we have to launch tier 2 reengagement, and that is an independent study evaluation. And that is usually meeting with me or the grade level coordinator. And during that meeting, we want to address those barriers, see what has been put in place, and really evaluate, is this the best learning environment for the scholar? We'll try to support scholars. We want scholars here. We want to support scholars. We'll put together what we call an independent study evaluation support plan that has to be implemented. And then we'll reevaluate. Is that plan working? Is this a good learning environment for the scholar? And work together as a team to help support and meet the scholar's needs with their education. So helpful tips and tricks. One of the biggest things that we can't emphasize enough, make a schedule. You have your to-do list. Your scholar has a to-do list. Your scholar has a calendar in Accelerate Ed where they can look and see what's supposed to be due. You can also download the grade books in Accelerate Ed and, print them up and, chunk up. There's 18 weeks in a semester. Divide the amount of assignments by 18. That's what they have to do each week in the semester, but make a schedule. And if you need help making a schedule, we have a team of experts with our online learning program teachers who can help you create that daily schedule, weekly schedule, and help scholars with that pacing. So make sure you're scheduling those connection meetings and getting help with creating that schedule. Speaking of connection meetings, every learning period, your supervising teacher will reach out to have that connection meeting. That can be a scheduled phone call. It can be over Zoom. It can be, any other type of contact. We just need to make sure that we're all on the same page to support scholars. That means that we're reviewing those STAR benchmark results. We're reviewing the MTSS tutoring invites if scholars need that. We're reviewing state test scores, progress in courses, grades, and just overall scholar goals. And that learning period meeting is every month, and it helps us just to ensure that scholars are receiving the support they need. And then, of course, when in doubt, please reach out. If you have questions or need additional support, do not hesitate to reach out to any of the staff here at Compass Charter School. Your supervising teacher is your first go-to, but your supervising teachers in grades 6 through 12, content teachers, your grade level coordinators, myself, we're all here. The 6th through 12th grade scholars, reach out to your school counselor. We are all here to ensure that scholars are successful, meeting their goals and achieving their academic goals as well. So what is next? February 7th from 2 to 3 in Zoom, we're going to be hosting a live Q&A from the Mini-WoW session. So after watching this recording, if you have additional questions, please attend this and we'll be able to answer those questions live. If you would like to know more information or get the links and things like that for this live Q&A, please refer to the Monday morning update and the Parent Square calendar for more information on how to join that live Q&A session. And of course, if you have additional questions or comments, you are welcome to reach out to me. That is my phone number. You can call or text me directly. or you can send me an email. I'm always happy to hear from our families and to answer questions and make sure that you and your scholars are connected to the right staff to make sure that your scholar is successful. So I look forward to an awesome spring semester this spring 2025. And I look forward to seeing all the scholars achieve their goals and uh, grow academically with all of their learning. Thank you.